Hello and welcome to this video on the Battle of the Somme. The Battle of the Somme was one of the largest and bloodiest battles of World War I, fought between the Allied forces and the German Empire. In this video, we'll take a look at the background of the battle, its events, and its impact on the course of the war. The Battle of the Somme was a major event in World War I, fought between the Allies and the German Empire on the Western Front. The battle took place between July 1 and November 18, 1916 and was one of the largest and bloodiest battles of the war. The battle was fought in the region of Somme in northern France and was part of a larger strategy by the Allies to break through the German lines and end the stalemate of trench warfare. The Battle of the Somme was planned by the British and French and involved a massive artillery bombardment followed by an infantry attack on the German lines. The Allies had been seeking to break through the German lines for some time and had been preparing for the battle for several months. The battle was considered a necessary step in ending the stalemate of trench warfare and pushing the Germans back. The artillery bombardment was one of the largest in the history of warfare, with over 1 million shells fired in the first 5 days of the battle. The goal of the bombardment was to destroy the German defenses and allow the attacking infantry to advance. However, the German defenses proved to be largely intact, and the attacking troops faced heavy machine gun fire as they advanced. On July 1, 1916, the Allies launched their attack, with the British and Commonwealth forces leading the way. The first day of the battle was one of the bloodiest in British military history, with over 57,000 casualties. Despite the heavy losses, the Allies continued to attack, with various offensives taking place over the next several months. The battle was characterized by trench warfare, with both sides entrenched in their positions and fighting for every inch of ground. The terrain was difficult, with mud and flooded trenches adding to the challenges faced by the soldiers. The battle also saw the first use of tanks, with the British using them to support their infantry. The battle was fought along a 15-mile front and saw a number of significant events. The first major offensive was launched on July 14, with the French leading the attack. The French forces made some gains but suffered heavy casualties, with over 25,000 men killed or wounded. The second major offensive took place on September 15, with the British leading the attack. The British forces made some gains but also suffered heavy casualties, with over 25,000 men killed or wounded. Despite the heavy casualties, the Allies continued to attack, and the battle raged on for several months. The battle saw some of the most intense fighting of the war, with both sides entrenched in their positions and fighting for every inch of ground. The battle also saw the use of new tactics and technologies, with the British using tanks to support their infantry and both sides using gas and flamethrowers to try and break through the enemy lines. The Battle of the Somme had a profound impact on the course of the war. Despite the heavy casualties suffered by the Allies, they were able to make some gains and push the Germans back. However, the battle also demonstrated the difficulty of breaking through the German lines and ending the trench warfare. The battle was also a turning point in the war, with both sides realizing the difficulty of breaking through the enemy lines and the high cost of doing so. The Battle of the Somme is considered one of the most significant battles of World War I, with over 1 million casualties on both sides. The battle was a major event in the history of warfare and had a lasting impact on the soldiers who fought in it, as well as on the families and communities affected by the fighting. In conclusion, the Battle of the Somme was one of the largest and bloodiest battles of World War I, fought between the Allied forces and the German Empire. The battle was characterized by trench warfare and heavy casualties, but it also demonstrated the difficulty of breaking through the German lines and ending the stalemate of trench warfare. The Battle of the Somme had a profound impact on the course of the war, and remains a significant event in the history of World War I. Thank you for watching this video on the Battle of the Somme. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comments section below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this.